In the last video, I reviewed the cutest keyboard that got sent to me to date. Well, people at Yunzii saw that video and thought they can do better, so they sent this over. Let's start with the elephant in the room, or the panda in the room. This keyboard has a panda silicone figurine attached to it. I cannot in my mind understand why Yunzii would want to design a keyboard around a panda aesthetic. But later on I found out why, and you will want to stay tuned for that. I will be remiss if I didn't point out something that Yunzii thought was absolutely necessary to highlight, right on the packaging box. Water and beverage can't be poured into the keyboard. Okay, enough messing around. Believe it or not, this isn't the first time that Yunzii made such a cute keyboard. Its predecessor, also named C68, is cat themed. Besides their names, both of them have a lot more in common. They both have, number 1, a silicone case, which absorbs a lot of high frequency sounds, so I expect a very deep sounding keyboard, and of course no case ping. Number 2, 68 keys in a 65% layout with RGB. I wouldn't recommend doing heavy productivity tasks on this, but this form factor is plenty for casual gaming. And with the RGB lighting, you will add a couple more FPS. Number 3, they both have wireless connectivity through Bluetooth and a 2.4 GHz dongle. Although no polling rate is stated, I assume that the 2.4 GHz band will be much better than the usual 125 that Bluetooth offers. Number 4, a 4000 mAh power battery. I used it with the RGB for about 4 hours daily and didn't need a recharge for the last 2 weeks, so not too bad at all. Number 5, panda linear switches. Like the milk linears in the previous cat-themed C68s, these panda linears are lubed, have the same housing materials, same spring material, same spring length and travel. Basically a recolor of the milk linears with about 5 grams of spring weight difference. Number 6, both use a steel plate. No flex cuts in this plate either, resulting in an even typing experience across the entire board. Acoustics are more or less uniform, without any hotspots or weird deformations, but typing feel is stiff as expected with its sandwich mounting style. Number 7, both come with tune stabilizers. I didn't have any big issues here, no ticking or unwanted artifacts, so great job. The bonus here is supposed to be a silicone padded space bar, but somehow it's attached to the plate. So, Number 8, MOA profile PBT themed keycaps. These keycaps are not the best in terms of quality and feel. Thicker and better textured PBT keycaps exist, but to be included in this kit that costs a total of $100 is great value, especially with such cute novelties thrown in. Number 9, layers and layers of foam. This means that even more dampening on top of the already dense silicone case. And stay tuned for the full sound test at the end, because you will want to hear how this keyboard sounds without all the foams. Number 10, hot swap for 3 and 5 pin switches. This is an underrated feature that people often gloss over, so good thing that both are supported. Number 11, south facing LEDs. Most modern day switches render this feature kind of meh, but it's good to know that it ensures full compatibility with older switch designs that have housing interference issues with cherry profile keycaps. Number 12, and of course, the same cute peripherals. How cute is this? Now, with so many similarities, why? Why get this keyboard over the cat-themed C68? Aside from having a 5g difference in switch weight, the only difference is that this is a panda-themed keyboard and not a cat. To be honest, I have no idea why Yunzii would design around the panda aesthetic, until I dug deeper. Have you heard of panda diplomacy? As far back as the Tang Dynasty, China loans pandas to other countries as a diplomatic gesture. Outside of China, there are literally no pandas that exist. Therefore, pandas became highly valuable cultural resources like art pieces or ancient painting to the Chinese. By loaning these animals out, China builds international relations. It's like how kangaroos are aboriginal to Australia. But unlike pandas, the kangaroo population is so plentiful that they are seen more as a pest than a treasure. So Australia just gives them out for free. Pandas, on the other hand, are 100% conservation dependent because the natural birth rate of these mammals are horrendously low. These endangered pandas cannot survive well enough in the wild. Also, all pandas and their offsprings legally belong to the Chinese governments, even if they are birthed outside of China. In Singapore, 2 pandas, Jia Jia and Kai Kai, have been on loan to the Singapore Zoo since 2012. It was only until recently in 2021 that they gave birth to a boy named Lele. All 3 are legally China's, so unlike human babies, citizenship birthrights do not apply here. Pandas as a species is such a great living proof that conservation works, so much so that WWF adopted the panda as their symbol since 1961. So besides the fact that pandas are cute, they are literally the national treasure of China. And that is the backstory according to Yunzii. The more you know. Honestly, from the start of the unboxing until the end of my tests, I find myself smiling a lot when trying this keyboard out. From feeling ridiculous at the subtle messaging to feeling silly, but more amazed at the tiny design details like hiding the 2.4 GHz dongle in the feet. I know it's been in the previous C68, but still, you can tell someone put thought into designing this keyboard. Although I still have no idea why they made the panda figurine removable, my best guess is that it's just easier to injection mold the 2 pieces separately. One thing I wish could be changed is the MOA keycap profile. It needs some getting used to since I was getting more typos because the MOA keycap profile has a smaller surface area compared to the standard cherry profile keycaps. Light gaming is fine where you're using the same keys over and over, but for extensive typing, MOA profile is not the best. As for the software, no QMK or VIA compatibility, and honestly, I wonder why this is not the standard yet, since adopting QMK or VIA will not cost anything. That being said, the custom software by Yunzii is fine, I guess. It does things like basic customizations for reassigning keys, setting RGB patterns, and macros. It does has its quirkiness however. For instance, even after changing the key binding, the still image of this keyboard displays the same thing until you click on it to view the change. I have no idea what function layers is supposed to do as well because by default, pressing function and home is supposed to toggle RGB modes, but there's nothing displayed here. At least there's no lag or issues with uploading configurations, so well, much to be improved on the UI, but usable for light customizations. One other thing is that unlike most keyboards in this hobby, there isn't much room in the keyboard for modding. Sure, you can use some tape, but I find that there isn't much effect because of how dense this keyboard is. Here's the sound test with and without any foams for you to hear what I mean. Even without foams, the dense silicone and almost non-existent space within the keyboard makes it by default a really deep and tight sounding keyboard. Overall, I like this keyboard. I'm not big on the panda design, but still I can see how such a cute thing can be an appeal. Alright, I'm done. See ya.